Hi guys, and welcome to yet another very exciting Adobe Audition tutorial. And in this tutorial we will be talking about the tool set of Adobe Audition multi-track session. If you go to waveform, then we have this only one time selection in this amplitude or dB display, and if we bring up our spectral frequency display, then these tools also become available. But these tools are still grayed out because these tools are used only in multi-track session. If you go to multi-track session, they become available, but the frequency display tools become unavailable because we don't want them here to be used anyway. The first tool is the move tool. I have already done a tutorial over this, how to move and organize your stuff or tracks or clips inside the multi-track session. You can go and watch that, by the way, if you want a thorough look and how to move. I'm just going to introduce this tool. The keyboard shortcut for it is V, and it is just like the standard move tool. You can select many clips with it, just one with it, and move them from one track to another. Okay, you can also put it at the end of the clip or track and trim it like this. It's like the basic trim in Premiere Pro, and do all those stuff that can be done with the moving tool. The second tool is the razor tool. The keyboard shortcut for it is R, and it does exactly what a razor does. It cuts stuff. It cuts your tracks, and you can see that blue line wherever it is pointed, it cuts the stuff into. Now I'm going to control Z all those cuts and going to show you something else. If I hold down the shift key, and if you are already working the any sort of editing tool software, then you know that this does exactly the same as it does in those tools. You can see now our razors have become double. This is single razor, with the shift key it's become double, and the blue line goes all the way through all of the tracks. Actually 3 of them are showing, but let me reduce the size of these, and now you can see it goes all the way through to the 7th track. And now if I click, it cuts all of them. Okay, alternatively, you can come here and hold on this icon of razor, and you can select razor all clips tool from here, the double razor from here too, and it's also gonna cut then all the clips if you click on it like that. And then there is this slip tool. Before talking about this, just talk about one word about this, not actually one word, a little bit about this time selection tool. I've already showed the functionality and you might have seen it. It's for selecting different portions of your track for whatever purposes you want them. You can then reduce their or increase their amplitude if you want and stuff like that. Of course that can be super obviously viewable here. You need a preview editor for that and stuff like that, but it is the selection tool and you can make selections with it. Other than the selection tool is this slip tool, and the slip tool is used in this way. Let me make a copy of this track once. Okay, I told you in the previous tutorial, if you click with the right mouse button, not with the left, the right mouse button, and then drag your track to the left or somewhere else in your track, the clip, then it gives you this option which says, do you want another copy? Yes, we're going to okay it, and then zoom out to see that also. And now I'm going to cut it with the razor tool, actually single razor tool. Okay, portion of it, because I don't want the whole thing. I'm going to go back to the move tool, hit the delete key. With the delete key you can delete portion of this track. Actually I'm going to delete this thing also. Okay, now I'm going to bring this back here and I'm going to click on this so that we are fully zoomed in. Okay, now if you can see, I'm gonna increase the size a little bit more. Okay, actually not that much. Okay, now actually we have zoomed in a little bit too much. Okay, this is the same track or clip as like this one, and if you can see at this point the frequency levels, this match this level. This is the same thing. Okay, let me give them both the same color, then you would not be confused or would not doubt me that these are different tracks. Okay, now they have the same color, they are basically identical twins. Okay, now this is a sub clip of this master clip or the bigger clip from which we took it and cut it. Now suppose we don't want this portion of this clip, we want this high frequency portion of it to come also and be part of it. One way is of course that we can increase its size like this, but we don't want to increase its duration. We are happy with this duration and time. So what we can do is select the slip tool, keyboard shortcut for it is Y, and then click in here and drag to the right. And now you can see we have brought that frequency level also into the mix, or the duration of this shorter clip. We can drag as much as this clip will go and bring it at its end point, or then if you don't want that, we want the start point of this clip, we can adjust this. So the function of the slip tool is to not change the duration, not change the size of your clip, but the content inside it. You can choose to change those content inside it. If it's the beginning of the song, you can change it to be the end of it, or if it's the end, you can change it the middle or any other place if you want this to be the the content of. But let me tell you something, you cannot do the same thing with this master clip or this bigger clip from which we took this, because if I click on it, I'm clicking on it and dragging to the left and right, and the waveform is not changing because it's the old waveform. It has not been taken from another clip, and there is nothing to drag from the right side to come here, and there is nothing on the left side to drag it to the right side. So it works with a smaller clip like this, in which there is room for increasing it. Like if we do it like this, as you can see, we cannot increase the size of this also, we can only reduce it. If we reduce its size, then move it, of course then the content inside can change. So that's what the slip tool does. So a little quick recap of the tools. The first is the move tool, keyboard shortcut is V, the other is the razor tool, just like the razor, it cuts stuff, and the third is the slip tool that makes the content of the clip to be changed or altered. So with that said, I just wanted to make a quick tutorial about these tools. The slip tool and the razor tool we have not used that much in our tutorials, so I thought you better get a little bit familiarity with it. So with that said, I take my leave from you guys and hope to see you in the next tutorial, and hope that you like this tutorial. Goodbye for now.